We are joined today in our latest episode where we're meeting with student athletes, talking about the transition from high school to college. And Eric, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, what your future ambitions are as a major at Western Washington, and what sport you play.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Eric Anthony Souza-Ponce. I use he, him pronouns. I am a true freshman on the cross country team. I went to Ballard High School in Seattle, Washington. I'm Mexican, and I'm really excited to be here at college, competing on a collegiate level. It's a whole new level from high school, and so it's something that I'm really proud to have gotten as far as I did, and I'm really excited to see where I go from here.
You just recently ran in the home Bill Rowe Classic, and I want to ask you a little bit about what it's like being part of a team and what it's like being part of this Western track and field and cross country community, especially the men's program where you've got some senior leaders. And Callahan Warren, I know he's not technically on the cross country roster right now, he'll be in the track because of his eligibility. Caleb Korda, up and down the roster, there's a lot of guys that I think that push each other. What's that transition been like from high school? You're now at the 10K level. I know you said that was one of the farthest races you've ran competitively, and that environment where you get to train with your teammates.
You know, you use the word community. I love that word. Community is what it's all about for me. Being part of a team is amazing. I've always loved being part of a team. In high school, ever since my junior year, I've been the fastest guy on the team. And so now coming into college as a true freshman, I'm definitely not in that spot anymore. And I think it's amazing and super exciting to be on a team with 20 or 25 guys that can push me on any given day and take me to a new place that I've never been before. I'm definitely very grateful for the leadership of the older athletes. Guys like Mac Franks, Caleb Korda, those guys have been really great leaders and really great mentors so far.
Saw a great picture that I actually took of you of those people, and Alec Ritter is another one. You kind of dove right into the scene. We follow you on social media like we do a lot of student athletes, and it seems like you came up to Western and you have just dove right in, whether it be with the cross country and track and field program, the multicultural center I've seen you visit. You said you're walking through the halls of Carver. You just kind of love the college atmosphere and being around the athletic scene. What are some of your ambitions as a student athlete here, and how do you hope to make an impact on this campus, not just as a student athlete, but also as a student leader?
That's a good question. As a student athlete, I'm really focused on the team aspect of it. Even more than did I run this time today, did I win this race, I want to create a really positive environment on the team. And that's one of my biggest goals. As far as having an impact on the university, I'm very grateful for resources like the Ethnic Student Center. I've been trying to get really involved in as many clubs and organizations as possible. I've been going to Latino Student Union, Native American Student Union, Queer and Trans People of Color. I've also been visiting other clubs as a guest, Black Student Union, things like that. So I think really getting involved is super important. Anyone who knows me knows that I will always stand up for what I believe in. I work for the NAACP. In high school, I was the leader of Students and Teachers Against Racism. I have a lot of experience standing up for what I believe in, and I'm unafraid of the consequences that come with that. And so that's something that I'm definitely looking to push myself in this environment and see what kind of impact I can have.
That's excellent. We need more student athletes like yourself advocating for stuff on campus, and we're really looking forward to you just being involved with those type of things. Last question, it is Latinx Heritage, Hispanic Heritage Month. Tell us what that means to you. Obviously, it's a month of celebration on social media and stuff. It really is a year-long thing that we're trying to commit to as a whole. There's a lot of Heritage Months, and we're trying to get these stories every time with our student athletes. I'm gonna give you a platform to tell us what it means to you, your family. I met your father on Saturday that takes photo of a lot of your cross-country meets. What does this month mean to you, and what kind of platform does it elevate you to the rest of the year?
I love Latino Heritage Month. It starts off at the very beginning of the month. We have Mexican Independence Day, one of the best Independence Days, right? At the end of the month, as it's winding down, on November 1st and 2nd, we celebrate Dia de los Muertos. So for me, it's a very appropriate time to celebrate Latino Heritage Month. Some people say, why do we have Latino Heritage Month? Why do we have Black History Month? Why do we have these different months, right? We don't need this stuff. And I say to that, I just got out of high school, I'm 18 years old. And throughout my entire public education, all 4 years of high school, throughout middle school, elementary school, I've gone to class every day, and school has really revolved around white people. We go to English class, and we read literature written by white people, only by white people. We go to history class, and we learn about the history of white people. We learn about Europeans. And the only time that we see ourselves as people of color in the curriculum is when it is due to our relationship with whiteness. We learn about the indigenous peoples because of how the Europeans committed genocide against us. We learn about black people because of how Europeans enslaved them. So really, I think it's super important to have time set aside to celebrate us for who we are and not just for our relationship with white people. And you said that we're trying to make this like a year-long thing, and I think that that's really what's important, because white people have 12 months out of the year. We have Latino Heritage Month as 1 month. And so I think really expanding this into, a constant celebration is going to be super important. It's going to be really good for the community.
Well, we look forward to hearing more from you and being impactful on our department as we move towards this progress. Black History Month is obviously in February. We're going to keep doing this, and I'm glad that I got a chance to spend time with you, because this is what it's all about, the student athletes that share their stories. I learn every time I do it, and I know our audience will also learn. So Eric Anthony, appreciate you joining us today. Good luck as you cheer your team on. I know you're redshirting this year, but the GNAC's coming up for the Vikings. Regional's coming up, so be a great teammate and push those guys as much as they push you.
All right, thank you so much.